Let's go.
Dr. Rosie Milligan, one of the most sought-after speakers on the circuit today. Her live internet talk show, Express Yourself, is the most provocative, thought-provoking, and talked-about radio show on the internet. There's no holds barred, and Dr. Milligan puts the B in bold. She brings it every Tuesday live at 10 a.m. Pacific and 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Dr. Rosie has been proclaimed the most provocative female writer of the century. Her books include Satisfying the Black Man and Black Woman Sexually Made Simple, Why Black Men Choose White Women, and the book Nigga Please. These books have raised eyebrows across the country. She has authored 21 books and published 350 titles for authors nationwide. Check Dr. Rosie out at drrosie.com for her books, articles, and archives of her internet talk show. Sit at the feet of wisdom. Dr. Milligan is indeed a timekeeper and scorekeeper. She is the clock, calendar, and almanac for Black America. You need to hear her.
You're listening to the Express Yourself Hour. I am your host, Dr. Rosie Milligan, coming to you live with nothing but straight talk. Yes, that's how we do it around here. Nothing but straight talk. This is a great day, and our co-host is Mr. Keith Swanson, and he's hiding out today for some reason. You know, sometimes we really get on a hot topic. Keith's getting too hot out. I don't know what's going on with Keith. But anyway, my other co-host is Shawannah Bordenave. She's the real estate guru. She sells houses. She buy houses. She does everything it is to do to houses. So good morning, Shawannah. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic, Dr. Rosie. It is a beautiful day, right? Okay. We just thank God for that.
Absolutely. Where are you now? You're always over across town.
Well, I just left ATL, and I'm back in Florida, and I will be heading to L.A. I'll be back home in either tomorrow or the following day.
All right. Watch out, real estate folks. Y'all better watch out. Yeah, I see my other co-host, Mr. Keith Swanson, the AI man. He has joined us. I thought he had ducked out because sometimes, you know, when you get on a conversation, it's really hot, too hot to trot. Mr. Keith trying to find AI kind of disappeared, but he hopped back in. Keith, how are you this morning?
It's called CrowdStrike, okay? It's called a glitch.
That's what it's called.
That's what it's called. I'm doing good, Dr. Rosie. How are you?
Well, good. I'm glad you're on this morning. So we are going to talk about. Oh my God!
Do I have to be nice today, Dr. Rosie?
Yeah, please be nice today.
Okay.
We're going to talk about sex, marriage, love. What's money got to do with it? That's what we're going to talk about, what's money got to do with it. And it's interesting, a cousin of mine was looking at that, and she said, if money has something to do with it, what about poor people? They messed up all the way around. What about folks who ain't got no money? How do they fit in?
It's our relative, yeah.
All right. But first we're going to talk about if there ever was a time to get married and stay married, it's now. Think about it. Children need two parents. Now, they need two good parents. If one ain't no good, an apple that's going to spoil the whole family. I'm not saying he need to be there. They need two good parents. But let's get real. Being single often leads to poverty. Now, somebody's going to call up and challenge me. I didn't say everybody that's single live in poverty. But what I'm saying, being single often leads to poverty, and that can be backed up by facts. A single person's Social Security check usually can't even cover today's sky-high rent. So it's time to stop pretending and get brutally honest about how money impacts every aspect of our lives. Do we not understand the financial stability that marriage can provide? 2 income, 2 checks, you all. And if it's only 1 check, at least you got support. Somebody else is at least maybe in the house cooking, preparing meals that you don't have to eat out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Come on, you all. I'm saying something up in here. But is love or money the real glue to hold a relationship together? That's the question. So we're going to dive today into the harsh realities and hidden truth about sex, marriage, and money. Are you ready to face the facts? You guys ready, Keith?
Yeah, I'm
I'm
ready.
ready. I'm
Okay,
ready too.
they said it ready.
Let's do
First,
it.
we go
But I'm
delve
gonna be
off
nice today.
into, yeah, we're going to start with sex.
Okay.
Men have lost their lives for it. Men have lost their wives for it. Men have lost their jobs for it. Men have left school for it. All for a little piece of real estate with grass growing on it. And you guys know what I'm talking about. Knowing that sex is a dominating factor in our lives, that moving force that keeps us going, an obscure paradox and biological necessity that dominates and impacts our lives in every way. I think it's time that we embrace it, face it, look at what it is, how it works, what makes it work, what makes it not work. We got a big topic here to talk about. Thing that people don't want to talk about, they just want to do sex, but they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to teach about it. They don't want to learn about it. And it's causing havoc. We can havoc in our family, in our churches, in our community. You can tie it down to sex and money and the thing called love. What is it? We're going to describe love as we delve into the show. So the first thing we're going to look at, you guys, we said, what does money have to do with it? What does money have to do with sex? Well, think about it. I want people to be real honest. There's an old saying, say, no finance, no romance. That's interesting. But how's our sexual life impacted by money? Is it? Yeah. Take for instance a married couple going through financial stress, financial hardship. That's going to put such a toll on the male's ability to perform. And it also does another thing. It makes the man sometimes feel like, well, this is all I have going for myself. This is the only pleasure that he can get without paying a whole lot of money for. He can't get on that yacht on the weekend. He can't take that cruise or that trip. But one thing he can do for satisfaction is sex. So he's feeling that because he needs that because of what's going on in his life. But his wife, she's frustrated. When she's frustrated, not enough money coming in the house, bill collectors calling. She's on the other side of the fence. Sex is the last thing that she wants to be involved in. So for what we got here? We got a problem. And it's all about money and about sex and how women see it differently and men see it differently. They really do. So that's why it's important to have a good understanding. Say the man may come home and even from his job, he's frustrated, having hard time, conflict, about to get fired. He don't want his wife to know his job is on the line. This is some frustration. So he runs home. So he wants comfort. He wants solace. He need a tranquilizer. He need a non-prescription tranquilizer. And that's sex. Yes, that's sex. So that's what he wants. He's not into making love because he got a lot of stuff on his mind. Love is the first thing from his mind. But now his wife think, oh, we gonna make love. But no, that's not what he wants. He just want a quickie. He just want to release some of this tension and stress. Is something wrong with that? No. But what it is, he should let his wife know that he's not in the love-making mood. He just want to have sex. That's all right. I just want to have sex. I'm not making love. I just want to have sex. Because I say you shouldn't have your wife packing for a long trip if you just going around the corner. That's what I'm talking about. All about sex and money. Now, anybody out there, oh, money has nothing to do with it. I don't care. You a lie and the truth ain't in you. You a lie and you shouldn't even go to church Sunday. Well, I've said my say about money and sex. Shawannah, what does the Bible say? Keith, what do you say? I know you. What do the heathen think?
I think I should
What
go
do the
last
heathen
because you're gonna be
think?
mad at me.
What do they say about love and sex?
What the Bible say about sex? You know, we got this Bible scholar on here. Everything we talk about, she try to lead us to the Bible. What the Bible say about sex, Shawannah? See, she can't find that scripture. She can't find
It tells you that you belong to one person. When you start to have sex, it doesn't say have sex with multiple people. I do know that when you lie down with a person, that becomes your wife or your husband. So we start off there.
Well, you know what?
Yeah,
but these men need to understand. What's that? Go ahead.
The Bible also said that the wife's body belongs to the man, to the husband, and vice versa, right? She's not supposed to deny him sex.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
She's supposed to.
No, under no circumstances. So money shouldn't come into play.
So money shouldn't have anything to do
No,
with it.
not to the Bible.
Yeah. No, it's for better or for worse. It's not supposed to be a question.
You get married, to keep him from going out and sinning and stuff like that. When you get married and cleave, his body belongs to you, and your body belongs to him. So money has nothing to do with it.
No, it has nothing to do with your.
No, not according to the Bible. No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay. Well, one scripture that I know most men know, they know where the Bible say anything between husband and wife is undefiled. That's when they trying to do some things that the wife may not want to do. So I'm not going to get into that. That's for my night show. That's for my midnight show when the children are in the bed, okay?
Okay, so it's in Genesis. In Genesis 2:24, therefore a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh.
Yeah, one flesh. Yeah, that's supposed to be.
But it still didn't say, what about, okay, then let's look at the reality of it. Now let's get real. Keith,
yes,
from a man perspective, he's on his job.
Right.
He about to hit the supervisor and quit and get fired, but his wife is not working, his kids in college.
Right.
Now, this is a challenge. This man is taking all the pressure that he can stand, and he's on the edge. But you can't quit because my daughter's in college. My wife is not working. We just bought this new home. She take me through what this feel like, and is this man thinking about sex? Does he is he sexually inclined? Is he inclined to want to make love or to be loving to his wife when he comes home? Take me through that.
Sometimes it depends. Depends on how bad it is, and sometimes the man doesn't want it. He just wants to come home and drink a beer, or or sit in a chair and play a video game, whatever it is to unwind first. Okay. So sometimes he'll need sex because he needs that release, and sometimes he just wants to be left alone. So it could be either way. Sometimes if he's really stressed out, he doesn't want to cause added stress or added problems because he goes home with that attitude. Then he's going to have added problems. So that's why he stops off at the bar.
Okay.
Or he stops off at the sports bar or something like that.
Okay.
But what he really is really not sex. What he really wants is comfort. And women, okay, black women especially, right? Okay. They see sex differently than most other groups of women, and black women want an exchange, okay? And sometimes what he really wants is that woman, say if he comes home, right, and sex is on the menu. I think women said, I don't want, it's not a quickie thing. Is, are you serving him, okay? Are you trying to comfort him, no matter what it was? Because him coming home and him having sex to release his tension is not about you. Okay, whether it's 2 minutes, 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, whatever it is. The thing is, do you bring him a drink? Do you rub his neck? Do you tell him it's going to be all right? Do you tell him that I understand you? And then after that, you relax.
You lift him up. They want you to lift him up too.
Yeah. Not even lift him up. Just comfort him. Tell him it's going to be okay. Okay.
You want to tell them that he's all that too. They want to hear. They want to hear how strong and how powerful they are and how grateful. Oh my God, you did that, honey.
At the moment, sometimes that's true, but sometimes when he's having a problem, baby, I understand. Because he knows he's not all that at the moment because he just got his behind whipped. Okay. But he wants to know that she understands that she's going to be with him. She's going to have his back, and I'm trying to comfort you in that moment. Okay. and
In
I'm going
other
to do
words,
whatever it is. Yeah, yeah.
he
Go ahead.
wants intimacy. He wants
He
intimacy.
wants he wants comfort. Yeah,
Comfort.
comfort. Intimacy can be something different with comfort at that moment, right? Comfort to
Okay.
relieve his stress. Okay, because I remember when I was engaged, right, with my ex, and she was stressed because she was going to school and going to work. And what I would do is just to set her out a glass of wine, and then when she come in, she kick off her shoes. She put her shoes in my lap, and I would rub her feet.
Go ahead on. That sounds real sexy.
And
You think?
it's just comfort, just to
Uh-huh.
wind her down. It wasn't even
Not
about
about
sex.
sex, just
It's just
comfort, right?
comfort, yeah. And sometimes it's just comfort. Sometimes it's not even about sex. You come in and give him a snack and put the controller in his hand and rub his head and rub his shoulders, and that's all he needs. He does, sex can be that, but things if it's built up, but thing it's not always that. But
But
the thing is about serving him, more about making him comfortable and giving in that moment. Go ahead.
okay, what about when his money is low? Okay.
See,
How
yeah,
is he as lovable? Let's talk about the man
okay.
when he loses his job, when
Hmm.
when there are foreclosure notice coming to
Yeah,
the house. Let's
yeah.
talk about that man in
Hmm.
relation to money and sex, and then we're going to talk about it as it relates to marriage, and then we're going to talk about love. But let's talk about how that relates to sex.
With
You
that.
losing your job,
Hmm.
you have a foreclosure notice.
Hmm.
Things are getting tough around the house.
Right.
What's going on about sex about that? How does
It's
that impact your sexual
no,
ability?
because if the woman's not comfortable, of course she's going to be stressed. Okay, and he knows that.
No, I'm talking about the man. How's
No,
it going to impact him?
is it going to impact him as far as he might do? Some guys get impotent when that happens because he can't perform
Say
because
that
there's
again,
stress.
because see, a lot of folks don't know what's going on out there. What
Yeah,
happened? See, you
yeah, he
think
can't.
it's you when he's
Yeah,
stopping off at the bar. When he 3 nights in a row he didn't come home till 11 o'clock.
yeah,
You
yeah.
thinking he's out with another woman.
No,
He's out because he's hoping that when he gets home, you're in the bed and sleep because you may want him to do
yeah,
to
yeah,
perform, and he
yeah.
know I
And
can't like that.
he doesn't have it. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah, he doesn't have it because all his sex is just is energy. Okay. And if you pumped all your energy out into the job and solving problems, stuff like that, sometimes some days you ain't got it. Okay.
well, Keith,
Right.
how does it feel for a man to just come out and tell his wife, you know what, I just, you know, I can't do it. I'm not feeling it. I I can't
For
perform.
for a black man?
Uh huh.
Are you kidding?
Yeah,
Are you, are you kidding?
I
We
mean, why
talk
can't you be brutal, honest? Look, honey, I'm
because
telling you right now.
mhm.
We can caress, we can do this, but ain't nothing happening. I can't get it up.
For a black okay for a little black boy. Now, as a little black boy, we start from 8 years old, taught that we have to be the sexual god in bed. Okay. That woman has to be knocked out and her toes have to be she has to be curled up in a ball and her toes curled for you to be a guy, and your manhood is based on that.
Based on
So
her hearing bells
uh,
ringing, right?
when her bell's ringing, how you perform. Okay, in other societies, how she performs. In the black community, amongst those black men, you're taught that black men are taught that they're the sexual god of the planet. Okay, and if you can't perform and you can't make your put your woman to sleep sexually, then there's a problem with you and your manhood. So it's
Other
a
way,
direct attack on the man.
you're
You're
supposed to
supposed
be
to be
that
there.
tranquilizer, right?
Yeah, you're the one. Okay, she's a receiver. You're the giver. And if you don't perform, then there's something wrong with you as a man. For a black man's head, that's what goes on.
So I can't imagine what goes on his head when he feels
Mhm.
economically challenged. Then, because
Yeah,
don't it ties into their sexual
yeah,
desire, their ability to perform. So,
yeah.
folks, we talking about something big here today. What
Mhm.
money got to do with it? Money has a lot to do with
Oh,
how you
definitely.
feel about
Lifestyle.
sex,
Hmm.
when you want to do sex, when you want to total it off the table.
Hmm.
You know, these are conversations that we don't have, and we
Hmm.
can't be honest with each other. I'm just not, this is not, I can't deal with this. This is not what I want. But I love
Right.
you, caressing it just And believe it or not, many times what the man thinks the woman wants is not what she wants. That's what she wanted anyway, just to lay in your arms. You know, you don't have to do anything with every time you get an erection. I'm going to say that again because some people think you got to do something. You don't have to do nothing with an erection. And I think the greatest experience for a woman to be with a man who does have an erection and does not try to have sex with her.
Ooh.
That is so empowering. That is so empowering. Isn't it, Shawannah? That is empowering.
To whom?
Wow. Oh, man, that's it right there.
If he gets an erection and does not want to have sex with you?
Just want to continue to hold and caress you and lay his butt down and go on to sleep.
How old is
that's
this man?
so empowering a woman. I mean, that just takes you to a whole different level because that signifies control. It signifies control.
Him controlling? Yeah, well, I guess so.
And you don't have to do anything. If you have to do something every time you get an erection, that's why infidelity and a lot of other stuff come. Men have to understand you don't have to do a thing because you have an erection. Shut up, Keith.
One of these days, y'all need to go take a good shot of testosterone and see how it feels.
Oh, y'all gonna have to learn how to deal with that.
No, we have to learn how to deal with it. Otherwise, the whole world will be raped and pillaged, you know.
That's why the world is so messed up now because
either she does something with it or you do something with it, but something has to be done with that thing.
That's control. Let me give the number out. Folks, you can call us here at 310-928-7733. 310-928-7733. Or if you're at work and don't want the folks to know what you're talking about, you can email us at innerlight, INNERLIGHT, innerlightradio at yahoo.com. And you can call us and just let us know what you think. Today we're talking about sex, marriage, love. What's money got to do with it? Somebody said don't have a darn thing to do with it, but I bet you part.
It's called lifestyle. It's not about money. Is a representation of lifestyle. If you ain't got no money, but you can put her in the house that she wants and have her live the lifestyle she wants, she's not worried about money. She's worried about
Buy her Jag. If you never have sex with her, she don't care. Give her the stuff she wants, but money got to do with it.
Anyway,
money buys sex, but it doesn't buy love. We're gonna get to that
that's
too.
true.
Money buys sex, but it doesn't buy love.
It does not buy love.
Okay?
No, it
so
does
we're gonna look at what's the difference. Keith, I think we have something on the board.
Okay, I'm sure we're gonna have a lot on the board today.
No, they're gonna be scared. Go ahead.
Here are 4 words that any brother must not say to his black woman. I lost my job.
God.
That is not true. That's not exactly true, but yeah.
That came from a brother. That came from a brother.
It depends on the man.
So I've heard of men who, I knew a man once, he lost his job. He was working from 11 to 7 at night. He got up every night and left that house and came home at about 8 o'clock like he usually does. And guess what happened? One night, the baby got sick. She had to call to the job to try to get in touch with him, and they said he ain't here. Now, y'all know what that's like, right? So then he finally strolled in at the same time that he normally strolled to find out that the wife has found out that he was not at work. Then he had to tell her, I haven't been at work for 5 days. They put me on suspension.
Okay. So, yeah.
Isn't that amazing?
I don't know why you can't cover that up. I mean, that happens.
That's what the caller just said. It's the last thing you want to tell your wife is you lost your job.
Suspension is not losing your job. That happens. So,
I guess he knew that would come next. He was afraid that would come next.
Well, then that's a good time to actually sit down and have a good conversation with your wife.
That's why you should always be honest, because the truth, what they say, what the Bible says, Shawannah, what's done in the dark will come to light.
Yeah,
the truth will reveal itself.
And when I always tell men, you have to be comfortable with what I call taking an L, taking a loss. Okay, and that's the reason that you lie, and the reason you pretend is because you don't want to take that loss. You know, and sometimes you got to be willing to risk that loss. And basically, if she's really 10 toes down with you, she'll roll with you. You know, and if she's not, you're gonna find out. And a lot of guys don't believe that woman is 10 toes down with her. Because a woman
Right.
that's 10 toes down, a man doesn't have any problem telling her what he's feeling and what's going on with him because he knows 100% that she's going to be there. But
But you
a
know,
lot of,
Right.
go ahead, sorry.
yeah, and Keith, most of them won't even do that before they get married. You have men who get married and have children, and never,
Mm-hmm.
and tell his wife he has children after he get married. Because I didn't know if she would have married me. If
Mm-hmm.
anything that you can't tell the truth about, if you think if she gonna find out about it later, you're gonna still have a problem. So people need to be honest, okay?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
folks, we're talking about sex, marriage,
Mm-hmm.
love. What's
Mm-hmm.
money got to do with it? And I know you Christians gonna call it, well, money ain't got nothing to do with it, because we took our vows for good to words from rich to poor. You get poor and think this woman gonna be hallelujah, uh, you know, eager to have sex with you. Now
Mm-hmm.
the women,
Mm-hmm.
that ain't true. It don't matter whether he got money or not. Talk to my hand, because
It,
I
it,
know how you feel.
it depends
Okay,
on the man. Depends on
yeah,
the man.
okay. But
Mm-hmm.
we're gonna have to take money off the table. That's why I'm having this show. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's go now. We talked about sex, what sex
Mm-hmm.
has to do with. Let's look at marriage.
Okay.
Marriage is a union of two people
Mm-hmm.
committed to each other in every way.
Mm-hmm.
Underscore that. In every way, not just some ways, in every way. In other words, it's like do or die. That's your do or die partner.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
your homie.
Mm-hmm.
That's your road dog.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Mm-hmm.
your partner in crime. Now, there shouldn't be anything that you cannot discuss with that person. But
Right.
I can tell you, and if people be honest, how many marriages has so many secrets in the closet that they can't tell their wife, that they
Mm-hmm.
cannot, they don't dare. But then it comes out in the wash, and now you're having issues. So, what does money have to do with marriage? My sister and I wrote a book. It's called What You Need to Know Before You Get Hitched. Critical book. You need to know that child, that wife or husband, have child support pending or paying. If so, are you current? Are you paying your child support?
Mm-hmm.
What is your credit like? Let's pull some credit reports. These are things you need to know. If there's things you need to know before you walk down that aisle. That's what sustained marriages, with people knowing who they're getting hooked up with. Most people don't know the knowings of the person they're getting married to. There's so many skeletons in the closet. There's so many things that's being hid. That's why we have so many divorces, because you find this stuff out later. You find out who this person really is. So it's critical for marriage. You want to know the family. What's the family tree? If everybody in there crazy, I don't know. Where you falling off the tree? You need to
Mm-hmm.
meet that family. You need to go shopping with them. See what that tastes. See if they're spending, if they're trying to impress you. If they're spending money that they should be paying their house note or their child support with. Because if a man's not paying his child support, what makes you think he's going to take care of your child if you have one for him? I'm just saying. Do or die, my homie, my road dog, my partner in crime. I should be able to tell you anything. So let's look at it, Keith, you guys. What does money have to do with a marriage?
Carla, you're gonna have to mute.
Money
Okay.
has so much to do with marriage, because most marriage, a lot of marriage is broken up for the two major things. In my book, Satisfying the Black Man Sexually and Satisfying the Black Woman Sexually, both made simple. I go over all of these things to help people understand the impact of sex on their lives. So it's important for us to look at every aspect. And the two things that happens in many marriages, it has to do with sex what goes on in the bedroom, and money. Those are the two divided issues. The third come is how they feel about rearing their children, coming from different culture backgrounds. What a man believes in whipping or beating, and a wife believes in talking. These are three issues that really breaks up marriages: sex, bedroom turmoils, money, and differences as to how they rear children. And then the third one is their spirituality, church. I pay tithe. I ain't giving no money to the preacher. Here you got a problem. You got a man who want to pay tithes. You got a wife saying, I ain't giving him nothing. Folks, y'all take notes of that. Turmoils in the bedroom. Money. Difference in how to rear your children. And your church. Okay? Now, you guys, my co-host, what does money have to do with marriage? Let me hear you.
Lifestyle. That's all. It really is. It will come down to lifestyle. What your expectation, how you should live your life, and money is just a conduit for that. Most people that are married are not really into money. They're really into lifestyle because if that was the case, they'd be investing in the stocks and doing what Shawannah does, which is invest in real estate. Most of the money would go there, but most people don't do that. Most of it, they're actually consumers. You know, my hair has to look like this. Got to have this kind of clothes. Kids have to look this kind of way. Got to drive a certain car. Got to live in a certain neighborhood. Blah blah. That's lifestyle. That's where money comes in, especially for women.
Okay, so what does it have to do with marriage?
Keep it. Well, basically, especially what kind of lifestyle do you want to live? Because marriage is nothing but another lifestyle. Okay, with your kids, with your home, with your white picket fence, the dog, and 2 cars in the driveway. That's how you want to live your life. That's your worldview. And if something clashes with your worldview, there's going to be a problem.
Okay.
And sometimes those two worldviews don't match. That's how come I say, not just race, class, and all this kind of stuff, all educational level, all that kind of stuff, all matter. You know, when it comes to how you see the world. Because if your woman doesn't see the world the same way you see the world, then it's going to be an issue. Because she's going to want to go to the mall and shop and buy all kinds of stuff and come home. But the thing is, your bank account is in a negative, and you have bouncing checks. And where you're going to want to save or you want to be more stable or something like that, or vice versa. It's a different lifestyle.
Okay. Okay. Shawannah, what's your thought?
You know what? I think that money creates stress in a relationship when you don't have it. And it does create separation, a distance between each other. But I think communication is everything. I think talking about the money situation, not ignoring it, because a lot of times we ignore when you're having financial issues or a question. So I believe that communication is everything, because when you communicate with one another, especially when two minds that are in alignment with one another, if you guys communicate with one another, you can make a change. There's certain habits that we do on a daily basis that goes unnoticed. But if we start paying attention to those habits, if we start paying attention to things that we can eliminate to create money coming into the relationship, that's what you do. But it takes two heads, not one. You can't hide the fact that money is low. You can't hide it, because it does. It creates stress. It creates a friction. It creates a distance, especially when it's not spoken about. It's when you hide it and act like that financial stress does not exist that you have the issue. But if you come together, talk about it, then you create a financial harmony in the marriage as opposed to a distance in the marriage. That's what I believe.
And you know what's interesting? Sometimes because you don't communicate, what you think is important to the wife may not be important at all, but you didn't ask her. You are basing it on the women conversation that you've heard at work. You know how men work around women and women work around men. So you've heard their talk about how they feel. He ain't got this and I ain't going to do this. If he can't do this, I'm not going to have sex with him to do. So men sometimes project feelings of other women onto their wife without looking at how she feels. So what you think is important, you all broken down because you couldn't buy her, couldn't take her on a trip for her birthday. And it could have meant nothing to her, that she would have enjoyed even preparing you a meal and you guys just sitting at home watching a movie. So I think we don't get inside of the person's head a lot that we're with. We always judging sometimes our wives or our husband by outside people, by what other people say. I remember once this lady was at work and she was talking about all these things. Her husband bought her a car, he bought me this, and we both had good jobs and making good money. So they kept bragging about what their husband had bought for them kids. I got mad. I went home. You ain't bought me this and you ain't bought me. He said, does she work? I said, yeah. I had to think how foolish that was because she's working. It's her money too. And women will lie. They'll tell you their husband bought a ring when they bought it themselves. You guys, please don't base your life on what you hear other people say at work or wherever you are. Because there are three things that people lie about: sex, salary, and their size. Okay? Write that down. Three things that they will lie about: sex. They will. Men and women lie about sex.
What's the
salary,
last one, Dr. Rosie? Could you say the last one again? I didn't quite hear it.
Size.
Oh,
size. Yeah, they know they're 20. They act like they're 16, okay?
Oh, okay. Oh, that's size. Okay.
That's
now, on the other hand, now that's for the women. Okay. Now that you want to get
I think they know
what
the
you
size.
meant.
No.
I'm trying to be nice. Y'all always trying to make me act like
No. You said size.
You said size, and I guess our minds went in a whole different direction.
Well, yeah. You should have said dress size. Okay. We got.
Y'all always trying to put
size.
me. Yeah. Y'all trying to put me out front, and you all lay back in the dark and let them they keep kicking me out of church while you guys still.
I preach the Bible. Let the truth set you free.
We forget we're working with a saint. We forgive us.
The truth will set you free.
So we said men lie about their what size, and women lie about their body size. Okay. It's still the three things. Okay. So now we've talked about sex, marriage, love. What's money got to do with? We talked about what it has to do with sex. That's real. We did some real talk. On my night show, I'll give you guys a whole different version. I'll let you know when the night show coming up. Y'all ain't heard nothing yet.
Please.
And I'm going to make it. It's going to be a prerequisite. If you Bible toting, don't even get on, because you'll be on social media talking about what I said. It's going to be a heathen show.
We use a screen name. No, they talk about it. Just use a screen name. That's all. We want
okay. All right. AI, huh? AI. Okay.
Yeah, it's a screen name.
So we talked about what money has to do with sex, what money has to do with marriage. It will rip a marriage apart, you guys. I'm telling you. Especially when there is a blended family. You have children that you had before you got married. Here they're needing things, and your children are needing things, and you're not making that much money. Can you imagine what that should be like, Keith? You got to decide, well, I can't help the children here because I got to put everything. And those kids over there saying, yeah, but you're not doing anything for us. But you're taking care of even somebody else's kid. This person that you married had children. You don't even have any children by this woman. So can you imagine that dynamic, Keith? What's taking place?
Oh,
but you can imagine what the mother is saying to those children. Yeah, they look good. Look what they got. What are he doing for you?
Why? If that was the case, why didn't you stay with him? So I say stay with him. If he's all that, and you wanted what he had, and to take care of your kids, you stay with him. How come you're not with him?
All right. So we're talking about what money has to do with sex, what money has to do with marriage. Now let's talk about love. Money.
Oh boy.
First, let me tell you how you define love. Because a lot of people, they don't know what love is. Love is not sex, okay? It's not. Now, it can create a bond between two people. Sex can do that. It should be used in a positive way, not in a negative way. What do you mean negative way? When a person feel like they're so good, they mandingo, they all that. They use sex as a way to uh, almost say addiction, because sex can be addictive. Okay, y'all hear me? So that's why you have to be careful about who you want to jump out there with. Women, everybody worried about the big, oh, I didn't get this, I didn't get that. You got to be careful because sex can be addicting. Because there are people who are with people, they have no love for them, but they are addicted to that thing called sex.
Oh,
and
yes.
You thinking it's love. They don't love you, but they love how you make love to them. That's whole different now. Don't think they love you because they keep coming every night and keep wanting more and more. That does not mean that that woman or that man love you. I've had counsel with too many people who were brutally honest. I don't love this person, but I love how they make me feel. Okay? So don't get it twisted. But here's what love will do. It will protect you. If somebody loves you, they will protect you. They cover you. Okay? They want to comfort you. Now, if you don't have these ingredients, you need to question that love. Protect you, comfort you, and conversate with you. That is so important. When you have someone that say they love you, you don't have no communication with them, they don't protect you in any way, they're not there to comfort you, then you got somebody who loves having sex with you. Don't be throwing no rocks at me. You know, you got to have those ingredients. What do you think, Keith?
Oh,
I think
agree.
the callers are scared to call up here today. I understand that there's a whole lot of them out there listening. I don't know why they won't show up. Come on, you guys. 310-928-7733. 310-928-7733. What's your thoughts? Sex, marriage, love. What's money got to do with it?
Yeah,
Okay,
they're all separate components. The thing is, you'd like to have all three. Sex is an addiction because sex releases hormones and it does set up an addiction. And I've taught guys how to set that addiction up. But love is giving. Okay, love is not taking. Love is giving. And after a while, people know the difference between love and sex. You know that you're not with that person because that person loves you, or vice versa. You know
Keith, wait a minute. You think they all know that?
They do.
No, it's too many people equate sex is love. If he loves me, he have sex with me, he loves me. I've heard men say, I don't have sex with a person I don't love. I know they're lying through their teeth. I just listen. I don't say nothing. I just listen.
The thing is that you would like love to always be a two-way street, and it's not always a two-way street. Okay, that a woman believes that because that man is having sex with her, that he does love her because she wants him so desperately to love her. She loves him, but he doesn't love her, and that's the problem. And so she's grasping for it. It's because he does keep coming back, that he does love me, and all he wants is because you do love him, you're giving him sex. And you know that you're using sex. You know that a man doesn't love you. Okay, you know he doesn't love you. But the thing is, you're hoping that if you please him enough, that he will grow to love you. And sometimes vice versa. Guys use money that way, right? If I provide for her and I do for her, over time she'll grow to love me.
That's some heavy talk right there.
Yeah, and so you're trying to earn. You ever heard this say, I have to earn her love?
Yeah.
Or I have to earn his love? That's what's going on.
That's trying to make $1 out of 15 cents.
So when they finally come to you, okay, when they finally have to come to the realness of themselves, right? Or that this man don't love me, but he wants sex, then they want you to solve the problem. But they know, I
Oh,
cannot earn his love with sex,
oh.
which is
What
brutal.
about the man who tells the woman that he loves her? Because I have one of my clients. She said that he always tell her how much he loves her,
Mm-hmm.
but
Uh-huh.
he doesn't. Not trying to be involved with her on a sexual level. So she's trying to figure out what is
Okay.
going on.
It,
She
it,
needs to
it,
just find out if he's impotent or not. Have that conversation. Then
okay.
you decide what type of relationship you can have, or you can talk about things that he can do that he don't have to be in that state of impotency.
So the woman that's living in this big 3,000 square foot house, and she got the Jag, in the driveway, and she's going shopping, and she's bragging to her friends. Okay, is she gonna tell that man that's providing all that she don't love him?
Well, I don't see how she can be. I don't see how a person can be truly all the way happy in that type of relationship. That's when you sacrifice, and that's giving too much of yourself. It
Yeah, they
really
do it all the
is.
time. They do it all the time. What I'm saying is, do you think she's gonna come home and tell that her husband that's doing all that for her that she don't love him? No, she's not. She's gonna lie to him, unfortunately. And same thing with a man getting sex. First, which I tell men not to do, but they're going to do it anyway because they want to have sex with that woman, and the woman, whatever she has, that they know that's what she wants to hear, and if she hears it, that's going to allow her to open up to him. He doesn't mean it, but he's going to say it, and it's a word. You see, but love is supposed to be action and not words.
Right.
But
So when I
women want to hear
say
it. Mm-hmm.
what's money got to do with
Mm-hmm.
love,
Yeah.
what you explain, it really what money has to do with it is that money can buy sex, but it can't buy love. What he's
Yeah,
saying,
what I said.
money
Mm-hmm.
can make a person pretend, but it
Mm-hmm.
doesn't bring about reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Money can do a whole lot, but it's not love. It's fake
Yeah.
love. It's
Yeah.
pseudo love.
Mm-hmm.
It's pseudo love. But if
Okay.
that's what a person needs, they're
Mm-hmm.
gonna go. They can go for it the rest of their life. But their need is to feel love. And
Yeah.
so once if they hear it over and over, I guess they really believe it. But
If that word
believing
gives
is
them the
one
feeling.
thing, Keith. But what about the ingredients of love?
The thing is,
Do you protect me? Do you comfort me? Or do you just come over and make love to me? Do you
it's,
conversate with me? How
yeah,
often do we engage in the conversation?
it depends. Okay, it depends on the needs of that particular person. Say we talk about a woman, right? What does she need? Okay, she needs at least once a day or once a week, whatever she needs to have that feeling. Okay, it is like a drug in a sense. Okay, I need to get me to the next week, to get me to the next month, to get me to the next day. I need to have that feeling, whether it's real or not. I need because it's going to get.
What about for the man?
Same thing for the man. I mean, really, a lot of guys that I talk to, and they said, "I just want sex, 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 sex." I said, "Well, it's cheaper if you just pay for it." I don't want to do that. How come? I said, "No, because
A
it's not real."
cheapskate. That's how it
No,
comes.
no,
A
no, no,
cheapskate.
no,
A
no, no,
low down
no.
cheapskate.
Actually, it's cheaper to actually pay a woman for sex. Sex is actually cheaper. The thing is, that's not what they want. They want to they want to feel desired, and they want to feel
I
wanted.
got
That's
it.
really what they
Because
want.
if because
Yeah,
otherwise he paying her house note,
it
he
has house.
paying for her car.
Uh-huh.
It makes him feel good that he's able to give, but he just cannot give his love. So he feels like he's doing some exchange, right?
To get what he feels that she's going to give him, which is genuine desire and genuine want that she really wants from that connect. It's really the connection between the man and the woman. It's really not the sex. Sex is just a means to the connection. But most guys, if you straight up ask, and I have straight up asked them, okay, because we call it tricking, right? About tricking and paying for it and making it transactional. And most guys, when you actually nail it down to just paying or transactional, it's really not about sex. Okay, same sex, you probably get, sometimes you even get better sex if you pay for it. The thing, but it's not about that. It's about their connection with that woman. And when you actually guys get really real with them, okay, about what they really want. Okay, then it comes down to the sex is just a byproduct of the connection. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
Does that make
they
sense?
really,
Yeah.
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 What they really want is love, and love is defined.
Yes.
You know
Yes.
what I said? They want
Yeah.
protection. They want you to cover
Or,
them.
or
But it's in a different way. They want you to comfort them. They
yeah.
want somebody to have conversation with, someone they
Yeah.
can tell all
Yeah.
to. Because that's
Yeah.
what happened many times in infidelity. There's
Hmm.
things that men don't feel comfortable
Yeah.
with their wives talking about it, but they feel comfortable
Yeah.
telling somebody on the job. That's how sometimes they end up in these relationships because
Hmm.
this person listens.
Yeah.
She listens, she comforts you, she let you know that she understands. So you tell her the things, or he tell her the things that he really should be talking to his wife about, but he's not sure if he can do that. He's not sure what the end result would be if
Hmm.
he just devoured his soul and heart to the person that he's
Hmm.
supposed to be committed to.
Yeah, and
Wow.
you're gonna have. Okay, the thing is, you cannot get all your wants, your needs out of one person. It's impossible. It's not
Wait
impossible.
a minute now. You getting messy. You getting
No, no,
messy.
no I'm really, and most men know that. I realized that a long time ago. I can't get 100% out of her because the thing is, what do I need? What do I need from her? And that's what I
But
want to
do
get
you
from her.
need that 100%? If you get
No, 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 no,
95%,
no, no. The thing is,
oh,
you can
okay.
get the other percentage not having sex with anybody. Come from a non-sexual relationship with somebody else. Okay, with your friends, with your coworkers, whatever. Right. The thing is, and you have to draw that line. Okay, and you have to understand that you can form a different connection with somebody else. The thing is that what do you value? Okay, and that's
Okay.
what happens with infidelity. I can have a connection with this woman that I can't have with my wife. Okay, and you can have different connections with a bunch of different women. Okay, but the thing is, what do you value?
Yeah.
And you have to have some kind of discipline and said, okay, the connection is good, we vibe and all that kind of stuff. But the thing is, guess what? I have to draw the line right here because if it goes any further, then I'm going. Same thing with women. Okay, uh,
But
they have a
Pete, do you
connection with.
think a man can really have a girlfriend that's not a person he having sex with? Just a lot of women don't want their husband to have girlfriends. You know, just like you have boyfriends,
Hmm.
because they feel like it's easy to cross the line. What do you think about that? Because I think
It
a
is,
man should have women friends just like he has men friends
and some guys can't have women friends. They really can't.
without trying to cross the
Without
line.
trying to cross the line, and then there's far too many. Yeah,
Okay.
because I'm one of the few that have a very clear boundary between my female friends and what I call my women. And
Hmm.
my friends, my female friends, want to cross that line. I said, "No, baby, I said that's not what you're here for. Not as far as I'm concerned. I don't see you that way." And sometimes it hurts them.
Ooh, I wonder how she feel when you say I don't see you that way. I would slap you, bam.
No, the thing is what I'll tell you this
I
story.
like that, Keisha. I like that. So I'm
I,
hoping that you're teaching that to me. And let's jump over and see
okay, good.
what the Bible says,
And
Shawannah.
I think we do have a caller, don't we?
Okay, do we? Let's see. Do we have a caller?
No, no. Okay, then that's Shawannah. Okay, no,
Oh, okay, Shawannah. Where did Shawannah go?
she's selling.
Yeah, she's trying to
Make
sell.
some
I
money.
hope it's a house. I hope it's a house.
She's probably beating up on a tenant somewhere. It's that
But
time
Keisha,
of the month. Yeah, go ahead.
but what you brought out was really important. I hope those who listen really take that to heart, you know. And he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't saying there are a lot of people say, well, you can't get everything in one woman. Then I come back and say, do you have to have everything?
No,
That becomes the question.
no.
Do you have to have everything? Because maybe that woman you're with is not getting everything she needs from you, but she's faithful to you. So
And
we
she
have
and
to find a way to
mm-hmm,
be. In other words, if you can't get 100%,
mm-hmm,
then get what you can get and make
mm-hmm.
yourself content.
I,
How
I
about
was
that?
I tell guys what are your top 10 wants and put them in order. And if you can get most of your top 10, then she's a keeper. Okay, because you're not gonna get the other 90. Okay, doesn't
And
matter.
Keith, what about getting those top 10 things that you're talking about? But let me give this out again. This book, I think everyone should get.
Mm-hmm.
Satisfying the Black Man Sexually
A
Made
classic.
Simple and Satisfying the Black Woman sexually made simple.
So,
It
so
would
which,
help.
which one has more pages, the satisfying the man or satisfying the woman?
Satisfying the man has more pages.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm
satisfying the
shocked.
black man has more pages. But when people ask me which
Hmm.
one should they read, I say you should read both. So a
Okay.
man would say to me, I don't need to read the one about the man. You do, because who told you about you? When you find out there's so much that you don't know about you in this book, it'll make your head spin. The same
I,
thing I say to black women.
I'm
That's
buying. I'm
too
buying.
much that you don't know. Let me tell
I,
you.
I'm buying both of them books today because I want to compare. Because I want
Okay,
to see. I want to
you
see.
will see that you need to buy them and
Okay.
read them together. It'll
Hmm.
blow your mind of the
Hmm.
thing that you don't know about the black woman that you've been with for 40 years. Same thing about the black man. It will change the way you see each other as a black person. We do have a caller. Caller, go ahead, give us your name.
Hi, Sister Rosie. It's Lynn.
Hi,
Hey,
Lynn.
Lynn.
Good morning. Hey, Keith. How are you
Hey,
doing?
what's going on, Lynn? What's happening?
Well,
I knew Lynn was dialing on this one. Go ahead, Dylan. Go ahead, Lynn.
well, Rosie said this is a heathen show. So this is
That's why I know you'd
I
be here.
had to call in because I've been called that before.
Is that the only thing you've been called?
No, not even today.
Okay, heathen, what you got to say? Let's see what the heathen has to say about
Well,
money, sex, love, and marriage.
well, actually, Rosie, you probably don't remember. You asked me to be your guest today, so I'm taking over this show.
Ooh, you
You
got about
probably
5 minutes.
Yeah, Keith and I are taking over. Now,
Okay.
actually, in actuality, your promos said it absolutely right. People need, no matter what they do, we need to more than ever stick together.
Yes.
This money thing, it really shouldn't even. You should pool what you have, and whatever it is, that's just it. My wife slept, and I slept on the floor in a one-bedroom apartment, where my son had the bedroom in his crib, and we moved from that to a 4,000 square foot house. She would have slept in a cave. But she was depending on me. We don't have money issues. The boundaries and the responsibilities are shared, and that's the way it should roll. There should be no divorce because of an arguing over money, because it's all everybody's money.
Mm-hmm.
Unless people look at it that way, they're doomed to failure. And the sex part, all of this stuff, there is nothing better out there. But in my share in my single life, there is nothing, people. There's nothing better out there. Make the best of what you have. Work together, because that's the formula for success anyway. You're going to end up with nothing and with nobody, with any other attitude. And that's my heathen attitude.
Oh, you stay right on. I'm going to repeat what I said earlier because you just put it right in context. I said if there ever was a time to get married and stay married, it's now. Think about it. Children need two parents. But let's get real. Being single often leads to poverty. A single person's Social Security check usually can't even cover today's high rent. And Lynn just put it in perspective. You may think it's cute now to jump up. I'm not going to work it out. I'm not going to tolerate this. My friend said I should leave. But wait till you get older and get your Social Security check. Nobody ever thought that rent, Lynn, would be more than the average person's Social Security check. We're going to see more elderly people over 55, homeless than we've ever witnessed in a lifetime because of people misunderstand about the money, because they didn't get the money issue straight, and the sex issue straight and the commitment. So you really nailed it. You nailed this.
Thank you. I did something right for
I can't
a
believe
change.
I can't believe all that good stuff came from a heathen.
You can learn a lot from a heathen, okay?
There's only one path, and we see it every day. These other communities, they're cultural minded. It doesn't matter. The Tues come over. They start a restaurant. The kids work in it. They have free labor, and the profits go to pay part of their schooling. And we see it over and over. The Hispanic community, the Asian community, lesser degree, but even the white community. The key is to stick together. It's always been the key. There's, there is no other way. And you think because you're cute, yeah, and because you're cute and you think you can take your kid or your two kids and go get something better. No, man, nobody's gonna want your two kids. You are a recipe for being by yourself forever.
Wow.
Take what you have, make the best of it.
And you're not going to always, for men and women, you may not always have that job you had. You may not always have that hair flowing down your back. You may not have, be a size 12. So you got to look at that person. You got to look at yourself in the mirror and say, how would I feel about myself if I didn't have any hair? How would I feel about myself if I gained 20 pounds or I lost 20 pounds? Folks, we got to really do some introspective look at ourselves, because you're not going to find a perfect person. But for all you women out there, I'm telling you, all you men out there, it behooves you to get serious and try to find someone that you can have a wholesome commitment to, so you can live a more healthy, I'm going to say that, add to health in there because it makes a difference. You have a more healthy and more wealthy lifestyle where there's two of you. It's no question about that.
And stick together. These attorneys, the system is geared. You think, oh, well, I'm going to get over on it. I'm going to get this, and I got me an attorney. No, they're going to eat up whatever's left from whatever little stuff you have. We're going to make you sell the house. You're not going to be able to get into anything but an apartment. The system is geared to separate you two from talking and settling your differences. You don't need an attorney for that. You can pick up the phone and act like act like people that care about each other, or at least did at one time. And then, even if you don't, what's love? What's love got to do with? There's commitment, there's dedication, and those children. You think you're going to raise those kids on your own? 80% of the prison population come from single woman households. You are just, I'm going to get that alimony. You're just condemning child support. You're just condemning your kid to nothing. You need two parents.
You need two parents.
That's the way it was made. You need two parents to work together. And hopefully you'll learn.
And if it comes to a point that you can't work it out, you still need two good parents. You don't need to be poisoning the kids' mind. These parents, you all need to rear these children together. That's why I like co-parenting, because I was saying the other day, Keith, we need to start all over. We need to go into these foster homes and the people who having all these abortions every day. We need to, women have no children versus going getting two dogs. Go take some of these kids. We need to raise up a new crop. You guys hear me? Because we have the one that we have now, a lot of these young people are so damaged because of just what you said, Lynn. They don't have a father in the home. They don't have a mentor. They don't have any leadership. The school's not teaching them a damn thing. It's damaged good. We need to raise up a new crop so we can be strong as a group of people for the future. We need a new crop. So stop adopting all these dogs and go get some of these kids and let's raise some new crops.
And 2 parents are a bare minimum. You need more than just the 2 parents thing. That's a bare minimum.
Bare minimum.
Yeah.
Good point,
Wow,
Keith.
Lynn, that is so much.
Point.
I'm going to stop calling you a heathen. I believe you're a Christian.
He can be a heathen. You can learn a lot from a heathen. He's a heathen. He knows what thing is. You can learn a lot. It doesn't mean he's wrong.
Oh, my God. You guys, I think the clock on the wall. Lynn, I'm so glad you joined me. I just want to go this way because I need to put together, because Lynn and I was going to talk about the system here, because I tried to call City Hall, you guys, and they tell me to go online. Go online and make an appointment. I said, well, will they get back to me? Well, we real business. Who do you work for? That's like me. That's like Tim, who works for me. I asked him to do something. He tell me he real business.
They don't get back. We'll make them get back to you, Dr. Rosie, in a way they don't want to get back to you.
They don't want us to show up. They told me to show up in City Hall. So that's what I need to do.
No, all we got to do is get on Twitter and start spreading their name around. We get 100 people on Twitter, spreading their name around. They'll get back to you.
Okay, thank you.
You get 100 people emailing that office. They'll get back to you.
And you know what I said? I said, what if I was a 95-year-old woman, half blind, didn't even have a computer? You tell me I cannot talk to my city councilman without going on the internet and go to city.gov or whatever and put in my information? I was blown away that you can't just pick up your phone and call a person's secretary and see if they can schedule you for an appointment. And I understand that that's the way it is in all of the different offices. I said, okay, I know what the deal is. Y'all don't want to talk to us.
Okay, we can fix that.
Okay.
This is how they keep the corruption going. And I'll make a statement. With all the indictments, and people don't even know how many there are. The Los Angeles City Council is the most corrupt local government in the history of the United States.
Okay.
Wow.
By far in the history of the United States.
Sounds like a show.
Okay, then that's a show that Lynn and I are going to do. I just want to do a little bit more research when we do it. It's going to be powerful and totally accurate. It won't be AI. This going to be Lynn and I. Hey, that rhyme. You hear that? It won't be AI. Just Lynn and I.
the heathen and the saint, huh?
Yeah. Well, you guys, we out of time. Okay, thank you for joining us. Bye. Thank you all for listening. The show is going to re-air tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. If you didn't get a chance to get on, if your friends didn't get a chance to get on, folks, it's time that you really understand the importance of love, true love, understanding what it is, but understanding what's money got to do with it. When we take money, I ain't going to say the other word, out of the equation. I almost said it. I'm not going to say it because I'm not going to get put off the show. I only got to put off out the church. There are 2 other words when we take out of the equation, money and blank and blank. Okay? Money and P and D. And when we take that out of the equation, we can have some better relationship. You all figure out, I didn't say the word. Say what you want to say. Ask whatever you want to. You guys have a great day as we go on our way. This is Dr. Rosie and Keith Swanson and Shawannah Bordenave, your hosts and co-hosts. Have a great one.